Hello guys, I will introduce myself. My name is Faisal Dio Kurniawan and I'm studying in Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta, and I'm here. I will describe about English as a language of science and technology. English as a language of science and technology is English is the universal form of communicate of science. Although many countries still publish journal their native in the native tongue, English is currently the best way to share one rich findings with scientists is in other part of the world. But how did this come about? Next, I will describe about historical progression of English as a language of science. During the Middle Ages, Arabic was the language used for science in all Islamic countries, while Latin was the primary form of communication among scientists in Europe. Later, German, French, Italian, and English were all used in their respective countries and often came to be associated with a particular discipline. German with physics or chemistry, the dominance and use of this language changed over time, depending on the growth and this land of science, which was dependent on the economic state and culture in its country. Thus, French declined after VVI as German became more dominant, and after VVI English replaced German as the US became a global leader in technology and research. English remained the primary form of communication among scientists. During the 1920s, the needs for a universal language was proposed and a new language, Esperanto, was created for this purpose, but it was somewhat impractical and never caught on. Intense English became a universal language of science, technology, and business. Next, benefit versus disadvantage. There are of course many benefits to having a universal language. The most obvious advantage is that result can be more widely accessed and scientific exchange between countries is significantly enhanced. However, we must also consider the drawback. Primarily, English as a language of science and technology puts non-native English speaker at a clear disadvantage compared with native speaker when it comes to writing and promoting interest in their research. It also makes it more challenging to evaluate a scientific study based purely on the findings. Lack of clarity can take away from even the most interesting study. Imagine if Einstein's theory of relative, for example, was available only in a poorly translated version for non-German speakers. Next, English translation point. Clarity is rarely a problem when last science translation services are performed by professionals, but many scientists attempt to write their own article. In our experience, proofreading such article, writing experience varies tremendously, even in countries where English is considered a second language. People on our team are fluent in Spanish, but for them to write a research article in Spanish would require greater skill than they possess. The best assurance is to allow a skilled provider of translation service to do the job. It is natural that in each country these are institutions that write and publish in their native language. But what is strange in the scientists would risk having their work misunderstood or undervalued due to a poor English translation of their findings. Okay, thanks.